welcome to. I think you can already know what the title of this video is, what it's all about and all that kind of stuff. So, yep, this is me again, the one, the only, the most underrated YouTuber in all of YouTube career and history. This is your boy, NecroMancer. Welcome back to another brand new video. And today, we are gonna be doing some more vlogging, baby. So, as you may see, or you wouldn't be able to see, but I can just tell you guys that it's been like 11:16 p.m. So, and the reason why I'm kind of awake around this hour is because I was invited, or I was asked by my mom to take along with my father the to the airport, because he was gonna go somewhere, along with his siblings from his own tree. So that's also the thing. Yeah, I didn't really have the enough thought process of why I would want to start this very first clip around this day, even though it's not really the exact day. And the thing here is, it's like my father is wouldn't be able to, like, or let's just say that we kind of have like a minor conflict, when it comes with the exact day of the event, because my father would go back home all the way from a vacation trip in the same exact day as my graduation ceremony day. So it's kind of conflicting, while at the same time it's like uh, it's almost like a 50-50 chance if ever he's gonna come, because I really want him to come, because he's my father and all that, and I just also wanted him to be there, for the celebration and all that. So right now I'm just sitting down here in this very own chair. You guys like my office chair? It's kind of weird, and I'm not sure if my camera has also improved everything. So apologies for the messy look as well, because I was trying to prepare at the moment, just to take father to the airport right now. So yeah, this is why I kind of stayed up a little late. So yeah, that's just basically it. And I don't know if there's gonna be anything. Just graduation day is coming near. I think it was around 18th of September. So we're aiming for Sunday, which is the exact day of the program itself. So I honestly cannot wait. There are other more programs that I need to go, before I can actually be able to say that I'm actually eligible to attend the graduation ceremony. So it's like the chances are still there. Like, the odds of just not being able to make it is still there. So we gotta make sure that I attend those ceremonies first, or those programs first, before being able to actually to be sure that you would be able to make it. So yeah, I don't want to keep you guys for too long. I'll get preparing for my father. Not for my father, but to take my father to the airport along with my mother on my side. So yeah, I'm not really sure how it goes. It just feels like it's the first time to see that my father's going away from the house. So heck yeah, we'll see how it's gonna go or whatnot. So what? Well, here we are. So we just took father from the airport. So like, that's just basically that. So right now, you're going back home. My mom is driving the car right now. So like, yeah, it's gonna feel different, to be in the house for a while, for a couple of days. Father's not there. So yeah, let's get sleeping. Heck yeah. Okay, good morning, guys. So I'm right now in my school. It's right here. So it's currently around 8:17 a.m. in the morning. So it's really crazy, you know. Um, I slept for around 4 hours in difference. So from 2 a.m., which was the time where I went home from the airport, I woke up at around 6 a.m. in the morning. So there's only like 4 hours that I have slept, which is pretty much tiring still. So yeah, I don't really have that much of an energy to keep it up though. So yeah, this is the campus that I attended to. Basically this. It's like it's a big campus though, because there's like, a lot of buildings. This one that you're seeing right now is the physical education building, the PE building, pretty much. So And also, this is like the oval, or what they call as the track and field as well. So I don't even know why I feel shy. It just feels like I'm in an unfamiliar environment right now. But yeah, what we're going to do here right now is like we're going to have a baccalaureate mass. So there's like three agendas that we need to attend to, which is very much required for the ceremonies, just so I can be able to be eligible to participate in the ceremony. And you know, it's just once again, it's like a milestone. So something that I cannot miss, once in a lifetime opportunity. I think it's just to commemorate, or I guess to honor the graduating students. And then after this, we're going to have an recognition rites, which is, yeah, I just thought that it was actually different than the exact graduation ceremony itself. It's because that's where I get to receive the rewards and all that kind of stuff. And for the graduation ceremony, this is also where we only get to receive the diplomas and everything else. So, and then after the recognition rights program, we're going to do our final rehearsal for the ceremony. So there's like I'm gonna be here for the whole day. It's crazy. Just gonna enjoy this view for you guys. This is basically it. The fan is making it sound awkward. Anyway, yeah, this is the venue that we're gonna go here. So like, yeah, we're going to go there. We're just gonna sit there for around an hour, hearing the priest trying to preach, whatever he wants to preach from the gospel, anything that he wants to pick and everything. I don't really know, but yeah, this is also like another part of the school too. So there's like different buildings per level of which you attend. So this is basically like the basic education building. So there's like junior high school students, and I think junior high school students would also attend here, and also elementary students. So that's basically that. And there are like other buildings which are for high school students. Wait, hold on. Nah, this is actually for the elementary students. There we go. And there's like the other building which is for high school students. I think it was both junior and senior high school students. But the last time that I actually attended when I was in senior high school wasn't in that building that I was talking about just now. So yeah, it was the other building, which I don't know really what to call. But yeah, this is basically that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get copyrighted in this video just because you're hearing this music right now, but yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get this video claimed, man. So here it is. Right now I'm sitting in this very own chair, For some reason it doesn't feel right. But that's just it, I have no other choice since it's a part of the requirements. We're actually just required to basically go.
Growth and transformation. We thank you for the gift of our LaSallian education, for the mentors who inspired us.
Okay, so the mass just finished. As you may see, they're basically packing up. So we're just given around 15-minute break before the next program starts. So yeah, the next one's gonna be the recognition rights one, which is basically what I actually came here for, to get received with the awards that I was gonna give along with my other classmates here around the same row. And the mass was pretty great. I actually felt the grace, and I also kind of noticed the priest as well getting emotional while I was in this position, and he was there. So yeah, it made me feel for him at the same time, and I think it also felt very grateful that for our presence here. And also, even though I'm not that much of a Catholic believer, but more so of a, I don't know, maybe I'm just an above average, what they call this? An above average religious type of individual. So like, yeah, anyway, we're just gonna wait here before the next program would start. And yeah, I don't really know how it's gonna go, but yeah, it's gonna be lit once again. And I don't know, man. I also just got informed that we would be able to receive our graduation pictures. So it's later after all the programs would end, and the same thing as well with the toga that we rented. So finally, I guess we would be able to try, but I don't know, it's gonna be kind of awkward as well. But yeah, so we'll just continue to wait here, and we'll see how this program goes. I might not gonna be able to capture all of it, all in all, because I usually enjoy this on my own without having to take a video of it. So yeah, it's gonna be lit once again, and we'll see how it goes.
Evaluation of food safety practices and product characteristics of traditional fermented rice tea cake.
So the program just ended, the recognition rites, and it turns out I didn't receive any medals. But yeah, to be honest, it's quite upsetting because it reminds me of the times as well where I was at the program for the best thesis. I actually tried to participate in, just to get to see if my study would actually be able to make it, and also with the trying to apply for an outstanding senior student award. So like, yeah, even if it doesn't work or if it doesn't go the way I really wanted to hope to actually go, it was alright, you know. But yeah, still I actually cannot help but to actually feel this way, but it's gonna be alright. So yeah, anyway, that now that everything is all over and all that, I'm gonna have some lunch, you know. And yeah, I'll try to give all these snacks. This is actually from the event earlier, but I didn't decide to eat it because it's not really my type. I mean, it's a muffin, but like I don't really feel like eating any of those right now. So yeah, we're just gonna get some lunch somewhere outside school. So yeah, let's get cooking, I guess. So this is me walking out of the school right now. So as you can see, this is basically the outside. Yeah, that's basically that. And you can see how there are some convenience stores in there. It's supposed to be actually there. There was a convenience store there. You cannot just see it. And there's some other restaurant or cafe stores. Yeah, everything pretty much. Basically, you walk in every campus, not just in here, but also around the country. You would see like a bunch of food establishments. Yeah, my apologies. The truck was just passing by. But before we actually get to the exact place I wanted to eat, for the most part, here's what the school looks like, or the university as well. Yeah, this is actually like the school that I attended once when I was in senior high. So I started there. So that's something interesting, right? And also this school was known to be like, it's center for veterinary fields. So that's why when you can already see it now, they already have their own veterinary hospitals. Right, so we're actually approaching near. So right now, I'm inside inside of one of the barangays in here. So this is one of their schools. But yeah, it goes all the way to that place that I want to go, which is called Fried House. So you might have already probably see the reason why I would usually go there, as I would say earlier, probably, yeah. But yeah, there it is. It's just right there, folks. Alright, so here we are inside of Fried House. That's basically the name. You can already see the menu there. So this is where I would usually eat because of the food that they ordered and how cheap it is, despite the ongoing inflation in this country, But I don't want to talk about that furthermore. So yeah, I just ordered some food as well. So basically, I'm just waiting for the food to come right now. And good thing there's like a few people in here, so I could be able to like talk with the thought process getting very organized and stuff. It's just, I guess it's just when there's like a lot of people in there, when I'm trying to like record another clip with a bunch of people, my mind just gets floaty, if that's the term, or something like that. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so finally made it back to the campus, As you can see here, there's like a bunch of greens in here, which is something that you wouldn't have to see every day, especially in my area, you know, which there's like a bunch of buildings and stuff. It's really nice. It's really nice to see some nature and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I was about to like stay in there and make more clips while I was inside of Fried House, which was that food establishment I was talking about to you earlier. But I got into the point where I get surrounded like by a bunch of students, you know, that I actually know who is from the same course as I do. So yeah, they started sitting at the same table as I do, and then they would start merging some tables because there are like quite a lot of people in there, you know, from that group. So yeah, I didn't get to spend enough time on my own, you know, to have my own privacy. But it would be kind of rude, I guess, to just refuse not to. But I don't know. Yeah, but anyways, the food that I had that I showed to you guys earlier was pastil. That's what's the name of the dish. Filipino dish, you know. It was made out of shredded chicken meats. So that's that. That's already the reason why I would order that from time to time. And another thing is it's also cheap. So yeah, other than also about how that establishment was cheap is the reason why I would go there. Another thing could be like one of their most famous features, something like that, if I would have to call, is their chicken. So if you would actually like, let's just say if you're gonna order a chicken meal in there, the size of the chicken is gonna be like something that you haven't seen before. It's just very let's just say huge, I guess. So right now I'm just sitting back here. You know, I just wanted to find some alone time. Good thing it's also in Friday because when it's usually around these days, you know, there wouldn't be that much students. So yeah, it's gonna be like a different landscape here if it's on a different day. But it's a good it's a good timing, you know, to be able to like record footages where, you know, with this kind of environment. Sometimes when I just come with like a lot of people, it just drains me a lot. So enjoy the view, guys. Look at this. Look at this again. I would used to run as well all the way back there. It was really nice. You know, doing some joggings, or especially if you actually live like close to the school, or if you have a dormitory, you could actually just use this track and field the as your like when you're as an exercise, yeah, you know, for your routine and stuff. And another thing that I'm also keeping this in mind is like, I don't know, there's like this difference between positive and negative attention, especially what just happened earlier. Like from the previous clips, if you would actually just notice that there was like screaming that I'm vlogging and stuff, especially if I'm in a public place and it's also outside from the school, it's not gonna lie, it's quite embarrassing. So like I don't really know how to react around that time, but yeah, it's just something that I couldn't really help but to feel because, you know, I guess it just overwhelms me when the more people find out about what I'm doing. While it's quite ironic to actually feel that way since I'm also in a place where it can be inhabited by a lot of people. So like that doesn't make any sense, right? But still, you know, just when people just, I guess when people just, you know, the more people care so much about what they do that they would start, I guess it just breaks the boundaries, probably. So yeah, that's just what I think, you know. Or I guess if there's anything that I would have to learn for this day about the difference between the positive and the negative side of gaining attention from someone, you know, who may just come across while you do your thing. Anyways, I don't want to yap for too long while I'm in the setting. Right now, I'm going to be waiting all the way here since we need to go back in around 1 p.m., you know, for the final rehearsal for my graduation. So once again, I wouldn't be able to like record everything that happens there since I think, you know, it's gonna take too much time and space for the video. So like, yeah, and then after this I would be able to get my toga, you know, all the toga after how much I would have spent for its rental fee, and the graduation pictures which I'm anticipating for as well. So I can't wait to see it. I mean, even though if I actually got to see the preview of the pictures while I was taking a picture from the past month, where the pictorial was taking place. I still want to see what the final version looks like, you know. So yeah, can't wait to see what's gonna happen, what's going to unfold later on, and I also feel like seeing it, or I guess revealing it once I'm back home, since my room is usually like the most comforting place that I usually go when I do these kinds of stuff. So yeah, see you guys there.
Christian and Casimiro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on my own room. Basically, this is my very comfort room, my very own room where I can be comfortable in expressing myself the way I wanted to do. So, yeah, um, basically, I feel like I don't want to just, to be honest, I feel like I don't want to vlog in school anymore in my school because of the environment there, and like the amount of students in there, and also considering the attention that I just got from earlier, if you could have already seen from the previous clip. So yeah, it's something that I don't usually get comfortable, especially when people get loud once again over the things that you're trying to do, while at the same time you wanted to keep the privacy of just yourself, just vlogging around in public. I don't know, man. It just feels very awkward during that time. But yeah, I feel like that experience made me change the way I really think about. And then another thing, that I really wanted to do before concluding for this day is look what I got. I got this thing, Ever since I told you guys earlier that I was going to take home the toga that I rented for the graduation ceremony. Another thing is the tickets, the tickets are also there. And lastly, but perfectly not the least, the only thing I've been waiting for so much is the graduation picture, in which I haven't actually seen it by the time I picked it up, to take it home and such. So it's also costing around, like, this whole picture costed around 1,000 pesos. So when it comes to the quality of the picture, I wouldn't really be certain. So we will just basically see how it's gonna go. So yeah, I guess I'll just leave it like this. I'll just leave it like that. Okay. So this is it. This whole thing. So that's my name over there. So yeah, man, I cannot absolutely wait because I've been holding this for a long time. And I also came back home, by the way. I just took a rest for how many minutes of just absolutely doing nothing after getting tired from commuting. And it's also the same thing as well of how it feels, where it feels more tiring to commute than to be actually in the place that you are right now. I wanted to start first with what the toga looks like, even though I've already seen it because of the way it was wrapped around in plastic. But I'll show you guys still anyways. This angle is so awkward. But alright, ready? In 1, 2, 3. There it is, guys. Hopefully it doesn't look very crumpled, But this is it. This is basically my toga right here. So you can see, like, the graduation cap is right here, And then the another thing is the sash. I think that's what you really gotta call the sash, which is white. And then the toga gown on its own is pretty much black, as it should be. So I haven't actually tried this yet, but I feel like doing this later in the stream. I didn't even know if I'm going to stream around the same day and the same night, But it would just feel very nice to actually wear this before the day. But yeah, this is the toga. This is what it looks like. I hope you guys also think the same way as I do. Even though I could have wished that I have a different color of the sash itself. As you can see here, it's just white. Yeah, I got this one too. All right, so this one is basically the tickets for the graduation. So as you can see here, there are like wait, why is it only 3? Oh, there we go. It was only 2 tickets. So these green tickets are actually for Latin honors, when the student is Latin honors. So when they have this entry pass, they also have the right to come up on the stage when I get awarded with that Latin honors, which is I got a magna cum laude. If anyone is not familiar with that term, that's basically like the second best position and among all of the Latin honors. Well, the first one is summa cum laude and the last one is cum laude. So I got that, and I feel proud of myself. At least there's something that I really want to take home. Even though I get a disappointing result from the recognition rites earlier, so it's at least I can appreciate about to commemorate all my efforts after how many years. So this is just that. These are the tickets. So just another few look. So as you can see, there are 2 green tickets, and then the rest are just white. And students would actually use the white ones if for those who are just graduating students who don't have a Latin honors achievement. So that's just basically that. Okay, and then I want to go save for the best for last with this, which is the graduation picture. Oh my gosh, wait, I kind of forgot to bring the scissors as well. Hold on, I'll be right back. So I finally got my scissors with me. So for those who are watching, especially who are kids, please don't try this at home. Don't even ever play with scissors. That's just that. I also opened myself with some fan just to get some air. So yeah. So I'm gonna try removing this from the bag on its own, and then try to peel all the bubble wrap with the scissors on. So yeah, this is basically that. This is the back of the whole frame. So I don't really want to get to see what it actually looks like behind. So I'm opening from this area. So this was the first side done, and then for the other side, oh my gosh, it's done. Oh my gosh, it's peeled out. Okay, let me just remove this one. Okay. Is this supposed to be like this? It's so weird, and they just only taped it. What? Look at this! Okay. I think you can be able to see the reflection of the picture from the light, but let's just reveal this anyway. You guys ready? Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Please don't let me down now.
Hey, yo!
Ah! Yo! Yo! Yo, no way! Oh, wow. I feel like replacing the frame, I don't know. But this is it. This is what it looks like, guys. Oh my gosh. I love the photo though. I love the photo. I love everything that Abe edit. I guess the only concern that I have is the frame. Yeah. The gaps and all that. PhotoConcept, the name of the company, deserves to get an effort for giving us these kinds of shots. Not really too much disappointed with this one, but it's just a frame. It's just so weird. I don't know why. And this is one of their samples. Just right here. Yeah, this is basically the photo version, while the other one was the frame. So that's that. And then let's see the other photos that I got in here. So we got some bigger ones over here. So that's that. That's cool. This is the formal one. It actually just feels like my smile fits more when my teeth shows up. They really did a good job with whitening my teeth because my teeth is usually yellow. So this is the one without the teeth, at least just to get a different type of smile. The one. And I also like the attire that I chose, which is the all black one. So at least to be different. And the tie is also visible, at least. That's good as well, okay? And the last but not the least, I wouldn't actually just forget, is the creative one. This is from what I used to cosplay before. I'm so much of a Five Nights at Freddy's guy. So for those who are fanatics, you might have already know who this character is. So I'm just not gonna tell you guys in the video. I chose that over a barong costume, which is usually the traditional style of clothing from my own country, because yeah, it just feels like it's too generic, so I just wanted to try something different, especially if it's for a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I went with this one. So these are from the bigger size. So there are more as well with I'm guessing that the smallest ones are for an ID photo. So this is for I can't really measure what the exact size is. This is for the ID that I was talking about. So hopefully I get a soft copy of this. I'll try to request for some soft copies from the photo company if they can ever be reachable at this point. But so far, I really loved it. You know, just the only thing that I'm really concerned about is just I'm very disappointed with the frame. So if you wanted to take another look, it's just basically that. Damn. I honestly look good in there. I feel proud that this is how it turned out. Just the frame is only my concern. I feel so proud of right now about everything that's been going on. Even though life feels very difficult at some point, you know, where I struggle to find happiness, even at least for the smallest parts or the smallest moments where it's such a big deal to actually see. So yeah, this has been so great. I love everything that has given me. It felt like it cheered up all of my days. You know, where I was like not in a good mood or felt like I was in a low energy. So thank you so much, PhotoConcept, you know, for the pictures and all the effort you've given me to give me the photo. And I also want to thank the school as well, even though if I have some ups and downs or some inconvenient moments with whatever it is that or whatever issues that I wanted to address all the way back. So yeah, I guess I'm the only one by far who actually got to see these photos, so I can't wait for my parents or just to show this to my parents. Yeah, this basically concludes the whole day. I don't even know how much this is going to take up the entire video, but I'm trying to like condense all of the clips into just one single video to make it seem more movie-like in a way. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for the concept. Thank you so much, Salle Araneta University, or aka the university I attended college for all of the memories and all of the efforts you have given me to make it this far. You know, or my efforts are for you to give me my chance to showcase all my efforts that brought me to this far. So thank you so much once again, and this day concludes from now on. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. So basically what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is we're gonna go and have a check-in at the Manila Hotel, which is basically the venue, or specifically the tent city, which is the exact venue place from for the graduation ceremony. So we're gonna have a check-in there, you know, since I think around those days there was also going to be like a rally, you know, a political rally about my country, about the state of what's happening in my country around that area. It's in Manila. So that's why we're gonna go there early before anything else just happens very horribly. My sister is also knocking at the door right now. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next day. For now, I'm just gonna take a break and probably stream later with my toga on, but I'm not sure if I'm going to pursue with those plans. I'm also gonna get my sister through the door after this clip. So yeah, hope you guys are resting well, and I'll be signing off from this for now for this day. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Okay, feature Necro here. Even though this was recorded on the same day as from those previous clips, but like, remembered from just a few clips ago where I was asking for like a soft copy from these photos. It turns out that it was from a CD, and the location from that CD, as I was asking from the group chat of some graduate students who are also from the same college as I am. It turns out it was from the same envelope as where I got those physical pictures. The pictures that I've shown you earlier, including the frame. Those ID pictures, if that's what to call. So like, I didn't find it at first because I was so like, I guess I was excited, or maybe I don't even know what my brain is going on during that time because after all the dopamine that was rushing through my brain. But here it is. I just found it just now. I feel like an idiot. I don't even know for how many days. I don't even know why my mental state is like this. I don't even know why I feel like I don't really know what's going on, or I don't even have any control anymore about around my environment. Just right now, after for a couple of days, I don't really feel like I'm in control lately of my own life. So yeah, that's just basically that. That's just all that I'm going. I only had to tell you guys. So I'm glad that we got the soft copies now, which is through this CD, and I can finally move on to a new day. This point, so yeah, I'm actually going to sign off this time for reals. Hopefully, there's nothing else I actually forgot to be able to say. And yeah, let's just have this day get moved on for now for reals. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, good morning, guys. It's around 9:15 a.m. from the last time I looked at the clock before starting this video. So as you can see, it's already morning here around my room. So this is also like what the outside looks like from my subdivision. You can already see there's like a lot of greens, which is what I really admired about, being in this kind of residence. So yeah, it's a new day. It's September 20 today, in case if you're not aware, you're not getting track with the time. So what we're basically going to do for this day, is that I was also told by my mom, you know, last night that I'm going to, and there's the freaking dog. My bad, guys. So what we're going to do later on is that we are actually, or my mom just inform me that we're going to go to my grandfather's house to be able to celebrate a birthday from one of my cousins. So that's also really important. Before to actually go to check in from the hotel, which is around uh before 2 p.m. So that's that. And then, as always, when we are going to get a hotel, or we're gonna go inside the hotel, after just checking in, we also gotta do some rather obligatory hotel room tour. So that's pretty much of a habit here when it comes to this vlog. You've already seen how I do when it's from Japan, right? So we gotta do the same thing as well when we are inside of a hotel with inside of a room. If it's just the first time we're gonna be there. So yeah, I'm gonna start this day. I'm gonna start this day with a really good note. I hope everything goes well once again, and this is gonna be lit, guys. So let's get to it. Let's start this day. Okay, so I finally made it in here inside my grandfather's house, and seeing this just now just feels so nostalgic because, not gonna lie, this is the house where I would used to visit as well. So ever since I was a kid, so it's very nostalgic to actually get to see. So there's the frames, the picture frames, the diamond shaped mirrors, and then the record players right there, and then the TV and stuff. So it's pretty nice. We're just going to be staying here, since we just celebrated most of my cousin's birthday around this birth month, September. So we're just gonna be staying here for a couple of hours, depending on what my mother is trying to plan here. And then after this, we're going to go back home, to actually get all the stuff packed up before we checked into the Manila Hotel, which is, yeah, basically the venue for the graduation is the tent city. So basically, it's not inside the Manila Hotel, just to clarify, but it's more on, it's, like the locations between the two are very adjacent. So it's like, yeah, just to make that clear. So yeah, we're just going to be staying here, and we're going to be go for about a couple of hours. So it's gonna be right. It's been pretty cool. So yeah, see you guys there at the venue itself, or the hotel. I'm really confusing you guys right now, aren't you? But yeah, I'm going to see you guys when we're finally getting to the hotel. So no sweat.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Wish. 6 haba. 6, 7.
This is what I'm having right now. finally here at the hotel itself. You can already see, looks quite fancy, bro.
Can I say
So-
something?
Yeah, my little sister is just showing something. Anyway, so we're basically gonna go inside. It turns out that we're also taking the valet parking because the parking slot was full. Dude, look at this. It smells kind of something else, man. Look at this. Yo, that is crazy. This isn't even the venue yet, you know. Wow. Right now we're just taking the checkpoint, you know. There's like a lot of people in here. It's kind of awkward. So like my mom is doing the check-in now. So what we're basically going to do is just we're gonna go to the room. Stop that, bro. What the frick, man? But yeah, so my mom is there, and just as I was trying to say earlier, the parking's full, which is why we have to take the valet parking. So basically, the employees are going to take care of it. So yeah, we're just gonna wait here along with my siblings right here, you know, to find some rooms. I think it was just 2 rooms as well, so we're basically going to be separated. So yeah. Someone's also playing the piano too. Look at this. You know, like, talking about being crafty and being original with the music that you make, instead of just playing some random playlist of just, you know, some songs that you would actually see on YouTube. So it's like, this is something else, man. There's also like a bunch of people as well, you know, like foreigners from other countries as well who would be here. I mean, it explains already how Manila is just the capital of this country. That's all.
Buksan mo yung ano, yung camera dun sa back.
Look at these chairs, bro. Yo, these are the windows from before. Wow. They even have floors as well. Look at these patterns, man. Yo, look at this. My family's having a video chat right now with my father. So since he's away, so now we're just saying hello to him and stuff. So yeah, can't wait to see the room too. Okay, so we finally checked in into this hotel room. You know, there's actually like 2 hotel rooms that the whole family, my mom would check in for us. So there's like this room which contains the separate beds for us, and then for us each, and the other one is like a king size bedroom, so it's only just a single bed that is only big. So that's basically that. And of course, when it comes with, you know, whenever you film yourself in a hotel room for the first time in this vlog, we gotta do like some sort of a hotel room tour, you know, which is basically what I did, or what I do in every single vlog that exists in this channel. So we can't just, you know, break the tradition right there. So anyway, on to the first one, which is the first closet right here, which shows the iron and this, and then so this is where the toge is at. So yeah, I don't think you would be able to see it clearly, but this is where the toge is at. So I'm going to be wearing that tomorrow. So we're gonna be having a very busy day tomorrow, you know, especially when it comes to prepare and stuff. Here is a bunch of just more hung up clothes. So this is my pants, this is my necktie, and then my sister's outfit for tomorrow probably. And then some more. This is my my long sleeve shirt, and then some bathrobes which were provided from the hotel. Next one we got here, this third closet where it contains the safe. So if you wanted to keep something, you know, like a dead body or something, or a body part that you don't want others to find out, you could just put this in this safe. not gonna give you guys any ideas. Forgive me about that. It's weird. Here we got the this drawer right here, which contains most of our clothes. You don't need to actually see that. I'm sorry, guys. It's very embarrassing. Forgive me about that. Next, we got this another table right here. So there's some water. There's some kettles. Some bunch of stuff that you wouldn't really need to know, and get this some sort of another closet in here. You can already know this. It's also squeaking. So uh, talk about old aged hotels, am I right, guys? So here we got the first drawer, which contains the it's really squeaking for some reason. Here we got the for the coffee. So if you feel like making coffee, to start off your day, or if you feel like staying up at night for some reason, for important things that you want to do, you can go into this closet and then get some coffee and then make some coffee for your own. Okay, for this next drawer, wait, oh, you have to push them. Okay, this next drawer contains the glass. So if you want to drink some water and stuff, if you want to drink it the proper way, like a normal human being, you could just go into this drawer with some glass. You actually have to push them. Next drawer in here, which contains absolutely nothing. So if you want to hide more parts, or if you want to hide more dead bodies in here to collect some evidence, you can always choose for the empty drawers, guys. So next one is another closet here, which contains, of course, the refrigerator. So of course we need a refrigerator just to make things cold, especially when you want to drink something. Of course we need something cold as well. That makes sense. Here's another mirror. So you can see this guy here waving at the mirror. So hello everybody. Anyway, here's the beds in which I compliment because it's a separate bed, and I usually prefer sleeping on my own without having someone near my. No offense to someone who is in the room right now. This is the telephone. So if you wanted to if you feel like wanting to call someone, or mostly about the staff, you can reach out to this phone. And some notes as well if you feel like venting something, if you feel like writing about or ranting about whatever it is that you think about in your miserable life right now, you can always go there. Here is some apples as well. In this table, this small table right here, you can see my sister's already there. She's busy at whatever the frick she's doing. Here's the apples in here. I'm not sure if this is actually real or not. It looks really something.
Real.
It is real? Oh.
This chocolate.
Cool. So next one is this balcony here, or this window looking thing. So you can see throughout this view, you can see that there are like a bunch of ships in here. So it's basically like this hotel was surrounded by a dock, or by like a lot of cargo ships in here. So that's why. So this is something else that I wouldn't really know. You can also notice that there's smoke coming out as well. I'm not sure if you can actually notice that. I'm not sure if I'm pointing it right. And some highways in here. Yeah, you can actually see how surrounded it is by by a bunch of ships, and then there's like ships as well from afar. Although we don't actually have a lighthouse for some reason, which it would make the most sense since there are like docks in here. Yeah, I think this country needs a lighthouse. Don't you guys agree with me? So here's some swimming pool here. I'm not sure if I'm pointing it right. Once again, yeah, it's right here. And then some highways over there. Yeah, you can see it there. And then some more trees, and then more of these cargo logistic stuff. Yeah, it was right here. There's so much. And you can also see the cranes in there. So you can already tell it's like a very busy place to be in. Here's the TV that plays some classical music. Really fancy. And then some more closets in here underneath this TV that contains absolutely nothing. So talk about a transition between from traditional to modern. Because if you look at the setup right here, it's supposed to be like, it feels like it's supposed to be like there's like a classic TV in there. But since it's now the modern days, they have to replace it with smart TVs while still keeping the setup. It's really interesting, knowing that almost a century old hotel is adapting to the modern times. It's just an interesting, thing that most businesses should do. And enough of all that. of course, we would save the best for last, which is the bathroom. Heck yeah, look at that. Look at that slow opening. Okay, so here we are. We have this artwork right here, of course, you know. Ain't nothing good like another painting inside the bathroom just for some little decorations. And then some toilet. This is the toilet over here, which reminds me so much of Japan because of like the technology that it has. Except that it's a little simplified, I guess, where instead of like a bunch of buttons going here, it's more on knobs. So starting with this knob over here, so if you want to flush the toilet, you just have to push this one down. So that works. And then this knob, what this does is that it turns on the bidet. So yeah, I wouldn't actually do that because the first time I actually did that, it only sprayed half of my pants. So don't try this at home if you wanted to test something. So next one, here is the shower. The shower. And I also like how it's also isolated. So if you feel like doing something in private while you're in the shower, I won't judge you guys about what weird things you do in the shower. You can always go here. So yeah, the toilet flush sound is actually making this a little louder. And then here we got the sink, which is over there. So as you can see here, it's very much center. So the right side is the toilet, and then we have the sink at the center. And the left side would be, which is what I feel proud the most. And by the way, this also contains some toiletries provided by the hotel. Although most of the toiletries in here are from ours, so yeah, that's just that. And then finally, that one thing that I'm proud the most when it comes to these kinds of bathrooms from the hotels, you know, and that is the bathtub. Heck yeah! Okay, so we got the bathtub, you know, we got some railings in there if you wanted to hold on to something for some reason. And then some showers, the shower heads in here, and then the faucet over here. So, and then this thing for some reason, which I have no idea what's that for. And by the way, if you also wanted to have some emergencies while you're in the middle of taking a dump in the bathroom or doing something, you can always take the telephone, which is still kind of weird, but still it feels essential. I think it's also, yeah, I think back when I was in Japan, I was like so confused on why there are telephones in the hotel bathroom. So like, yeah, that's just that. So that basically concludes the whole room, the entire room basically of what it looks like. Yeah, you can already notice how this hotel has like a lot of foreigners, considering how this is like the place where it's at is actually the capital of this country. So like, yeah, that's just that. And later, I feel like I'm not sure if we're actually gonna go swimming on this one. So, but in case if we do, I'm going to show you some of the footages of what the pool looks like. You know, instead of just coming from the window. You know, for that view. And then we're also gonna eat some dinner, which I don't know how it's gonna go. So I'm just gonna showcase some of the clips from this vlog, you know, and yeah, in case if anything starts new. But for now, this is basically what we're going to do for the rest of the night. So we're just going to rest until we prepare for tomorrow's day. So basically, this is Saturday, and tomorrow's gonna be the big day for me and for my whole family, because it's gonna be, of course, the graduation ceremony. So yeah, it's gonna be a productive day tomorrow. It's gonna be very busy. It's gonna be while at the same time it's gonna be a banger of a ride. So tune in. I don't know, but yeah, I'll just show some of the clips of anything that's new. But just to let you know, this is basically the whole day wrapped up. So yeah. So we're just here at the resto. That is from the lobby of this hotel. So we're having what we call as puto bumbong. That is like a Filipino delicacy. So it's basically glutinous rice cake. So like having this, and the way you would actually eat this is to take a slice of this one, a half slice, and you just have to dip it in each of those three. So that's basically that. So like, let's give it a taste. So yeah, there's like coconut shreds, some brown sugar, and some cheese, all in this all these kinds of mixtures and the rice cake on its own. So let's try. Mmm. Wow. That's nuts. It's actually better with those three. You know, it's actually so good. Never had this one for like how many years already. It's crazy. So yeah, it's much better if you actually like eat this with all of those three combined instead of just eating it without it, which is basically like the magic of all that. So that's nice. This is our appetizer too.
All of it.
So yeah, we're just gonna wait for the main course. Oh, want me to try? Okay, but yeah, we're just going to try the main course of the dish. So like, it'll be just taken for around 30 more minutes or less. So yeah. Okay, so right now we have the main course of the meal. So we have some. This is what people think is the chicken adobo, and with some pork in it. So it's like, you know, one of the dishes that most popular dishes that people know from this country. And lastly is the salmon sinigang. So when it comes with that dish, it's usually very sour. So like, yeah, it's also one of my favorite dishes personally. So that's like, you know, I can't wait to try this. You know, especially if it's from this hotel. So like, yeah, let's give this a try. So I want to start with the adobo one. You know, and you can see here it also contains some egg as well. So it's also something that you also have to put in the adobo dish, and also not forgetting about the bay leaf as well, which is also used for spicing. It's quite tangy in taste. Love the egg. You know, I haven't eaten the yolk as well, so might as well try it. Now, I want to try the chicken meat because I like chicken as well. I remember when my parents, or just say one of my siblings, would used to cook this dish. It's not usually that sour, so it's like it's giving me this kind of difference. I don't know, man. Yeah, it just feels very different from how I would usually taste when it's homemade. So it's basically for the adobo dish. So yeah, it's really nice. And now for the sinigang dish. Although I would usually want to serve this with rice as well, you know, like trying to put the little liquid part into the rice. So that's that. So I want to give the soup a little taste. So let's dig in. Okay. So the intensity of the sourness from the soup of the sinigang is far different from the one I tasted earlier, the adobo dish. So it's kind of a something. So here we also have the sitaw and the kangkong. I actually kind of forgot the English translation of these vegetables, but they are very essential when it comes to when you cook the sinigang dish. So it's really fun. So let's give this a try. It's really nice. You know, like when you try to eat the whole dish itself, you might want to add some vegetables in it while you do. You know, because without the vegetables, then I think it would lose the touch of the dish on its own. And finally, I want to try this the salmon meat. You know, I'll take a little slice of that salmon meat. You know, so here it is. Here it is. We would usually serve this with rice, so I might as well just grab one. Here it is. Let's take another bite. The taste of the meat was something. You can actually feel how soft it is as you take a bite from it. It's actually good, not gonna lie. And then when it comes to the soup itself, you can always have the choice to to give a little slurp of it. Even when the prices from the foods was kind of, kind of pricey, but knowing that you're in a five-star hotel when you try kind of explains it. But yeah, food was great. Food is great, not gonna lie. Alright, good morning, guys. So it's around 6:20 a.m. in the morning, which is the time I basically woke up. And look at this, guys. Look at this. So there's like a lot of docks in here. You can actually get to see the full view, so it's really nice. So there's like lots of bodies of water, you know, and then with like a lot of ships in here, cargo ships and stuff. And there are those cranes, and then these loads of crates. I don't even know if those are crates, but like there's like a lot of rectangle shaped stuff that people use to, you know, to move it to somewhere. And there's the pool over there, and then some highways. Yeah, you can actually get to see the full view, because the last time I actually tried to shoot it, uh, it was at nighttime, so not the full view would I be able to see. So anyway, right now we're going to be having some breakfast, which would be around 7 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, basically when we are going to have some breakfast, it's going to be heavy, because the rest of the time we're going to be using it to prepare for the event itself. So yeah, we wouldn't really have any chance to have some lunch, because the start of the assembly, or at least, something like a call time for me, is around 1:30 a.m. p.m. I mean, while the rest of the guests would be at 2 p.m. in the afternoon as well. So we'll see you guys there, and anything that comes with something new. Okay, so here it is. This is what I ordered. This is basically the Filipino breakfast as a whole. So you can see here I had the pork casino here with some veggies as the sides, including the two sunny side up eggs and some garlic fried rice. Pretty nice. Next we got a slice of melon and some slices of cheeses and some tomatoes. So, it's pretty nice too as well. Here we got some fresh mango juice, which I had earlier, which was pretty good and sweet. Felt like I was actually tasting some mango there. And lastly, what I'm also trying to anticipate on trying it is the hot chocolate. So, yeah, I decided to go for the Filipino breakfast on its own, is because, I still want to like embrace the tradition. Since we're in a very fancy hotel that is from this country, so for the sake of some like type of tribute, or following the tradition or whatnot, or embracing it. So yeah, let's get digging. This is actually very pretty, like the view. So I actually look at the past footage before of where I'm trying to show you the view, and it turns out it was not actually complete. So here it is. Here's the full view once again. There it is. The sun actually looks very awesome here, like it's so bright and stuff. Usually when it's back from the area where I was in, it's usually rainy. So like, yeah. I think there just comes to the time where uh I'm just looking at this point. I'm just also like, while yes, it feels so great to be finally out of school, I'm also thinking about what the future holds for me. Like there's like this kind of uncertainty still that's still happening. So like there's some, I don't know if I would call that a crisis right now, because of because of this, like, I guess I'm not sure if it's a limbo type of feeling, where you get stuck into this certain point in life that you might actually not know what you're gonna do. While at the same time, there are some points where I do, and you start to feel like you don't know if what you also plan to do would just work or not. And that is absolutely difficult, guys, to think about. So, yeah, while the graduation, going to the ceremony would absolutely feel very emotional, or let's just say an amazing moment, especially for all of the graduating students, of course, especially to those who have been staying in, or let's just say going to school for after how many years already? Probably around 2 decades or single. I don't know. I don't really know, guys, how many years you've been schooling. So yeah, there's this kind of point that you get stuck on in life, and which is something that I am thinking about. And whenever people would try to ask me about my plans for the future, I start to get very not sure if it's the discomforting feeling, but it feels more like it's something that I cannot answer, nor it would be difficult for me to answer, especially when you're surrounded yourself with people who are so ambitious with what they want to do in their life. That's also another factor for that, that just to get what they are about their plans and how they feel so certain, how they feel so very committed with the things that they want to do for their future. So that's the thing, there are other things that I would actually love to do the most, but it's still not in there yet, or maybe I get comments as well where it's not realistic enough, it doesn't fit to their standards. I don't know, man. I just don't know. So that's just that. Yeah. And this is actually getting me a lot, like this whole feeling right now. Because now that school is over, now that school is gonna be over for me, I'm officially gonna be unemployed very, very soon after the ceremony. So like man, this is the type of crisis that I'm in. Anyway, so after this, so now that I have some breakfast, which I also had very good breakfast once again. I just didn't get to finish the whole food because there's like a lot of side dishes. There's like a lot of it's heavier than I thought once again. I had the pork tocino, which is the main dish, and then the rest, which had the mangoes, the hot chocolate, which I actually thought it would be very sweet, but it has a mixture of the bitter taste, which is really nice. And the other thing is the melon slice with some sliced cheese, white cheese. The white cheese actually tastes like milk, when it's solidified. So that's the thing. And some sliced tomatoes. I didn't actually to get the taste of the whole because I don't preferably like those to eat. So anyway, not gonna keep you guys for too long. At this point, I'm gonna be preparing for the ceremony later. So I'm gonna be dressing some makeup by my middle sis once again, and then getting myself to dress up for the occasion. So even though it's about 8:45, we gotta make the most of all the time that we need to spend here, before it all ends. So yeah, this breakfast that I had earlier would sustain my hunger for now, and I hope that it would just last long. And after this, after the ceremony would end, since it's also the same day that my father is going to be, and also like half of the start of the program in, my father would assume to be there as well. So after he went from the airport, he would be going all the way straight to the ceremony program in itself. Just let me pick up the door. And then after this, after we finish the program, we would go for a family buffet, which is the dinner one. So yeah, it's going to be like a celebratory part, after just concluding the program. So yeah. Okay, so this has been like an hour or two ever since I've had a heavy breakfast. I spent a lot of time thinking about and stuff. And this is what I have been preparing so far, like the kind of attire, so I'll just show you guys. I look like a businessman in this outfit because of the white long sleeves and some necktie here with some slacks. So actually kind of good. Although, yeah, this is what I also decided to wear because, I'm gonna have a black toga with me, so it would just make sense if I have the toga gown with white long sleeves inside, just to get at least the long sleeves to be seen just a little. So this is what I look like so far without the toga gown just yet. So yeah, I really like the output. Although I might actually could have just taken a haircut before the day, but since I didn't have any time, nor I was lazy enough to not to do something like that, I decided to just not to go. So yeah, I could have had a haircut on the side. Could have been a very good addition to that, but might also gonna get some shaving too, because I would look absolutely good without my facial hair just yet, especially with the build of my body, which I would really think that if I have a bigger body right now or a bigger body build, I might have just fit with the facial hair on. So might as well gonna start shaving as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens if I actually had with my toga on. Cannot wait. Later. Okay, so this is now when I wear my toga gown and everything else, for the ceremony later. So here it is. Okay, honestly, the first time I actually see this, it actually felt so good. It just felt so right, including with how it was measured and all that. Because which makes me understand now why, when it comes to distributing togas and all that process that comes, they use tape measure instead of having us to pick different sizes like small, medium, and large sizes and all that kind of stuff when we try to fit togas. So the way they were trying to have us getting our togas fit is through tape measuring from this school, which it made me understand that. It's just the last time where we were trying to, or when I was at internship during that time, I was observing how most of the students would just pick their sizes whether it would fit them the most, if it's a small or it's a medium or it's a large size. So it comes to the time where I would also notice how they are struggling to fit with all sizes. So there are some students who would fall into those instances, which is why when you try to fit the togas, it's much better to actually have it tape measured. So really good choice. I think I finally understand it now. I think I finally realize why it's much more better. That kind of approach, it's much better than having it just small, medium, large size. So this is really good. I also love the cap as well. Apologies if I look, if you have noticed anything that's wrong with my outfit. This is just basically my very first time wearing a toga, and it's just that it's just when I graduated from senior high as well. It's just I never had an official graduation ceremony. So it was also pandemic at that time, which is very unfortunate. So it just only had to go through online, which is the most depressing thing that has ever happened. Imagine graduating for all throughout from your elementaries and high school, only to just get this ceremony where it was just taking place online. So I only reached that unfortunately when it was the pandemic period, but right now we finally made it. Feels so proud. We're getting to this moment, even though if life feels kind of complicated at the moment, even if there comes to this kind of crisis once again that I told you guys earlier. So that's just that. And by the way, after the ceremony, we would be returning the whole toga attire, which is very kind of a sad thing because I wanted to keep it as much, but it was advised by the school to have this return at every end of the program. So I'm gonna make the most of this, wearing this as early as I can, even if it's just hours away before the program would start. So this is cool. I love this. Oh man. So by the way, just to keep on track with the schedule, the assembly time for graduating students to be able to come to the exact venues later around 1:30 p.m. Which, even though if it hasn't started yet, I'm not sure if I would be able to take any photos or videos from it. While for the parents, and the rest of the guardians and those who will accompany the graduating students, they would start them around 2 p.m. So it's 30 minutes in difference. It's just we have to be the ones who should be in there first before them. So I might update you guys in some other things that needs to be updated, especially with the makeup and stuff, but I'm not sure. So I'm loving this, bro. We're having some more food. My mom just ordered another food because we can we try not to risk to get hungry from, from the ceremony, since I think it's gonna last for like 2 or more hours, so yeah, we just gotta make sure that our stomachs get full before the program would start. So yeah. But yeah, we're having some pizza over here with some olives and then sausage meat probably. Get some fries over here. Yes, sir. And then this clubhouse sandwich, which apparently the bread was the whole sandwich was inside and it's just covered in some another pastry looking thing. So you can see how there's like vegetables from the outside creeping out. So yeah, I'm just gonna dig in. Okay, so it's around 12:30 around the afternoon now. So it's supposed to be the exact time that we're going to be checking out from this hotel. And then after checking out from the hotel, we're gonna go straight to the tent city, which is just a few blocks away from this hotel right here. So you can already see how the others are actually preparing. So yeah, just after we checked out from this hotel, we're just gonna go straight right to the tent city on its own, and we'll just see how it goes, man. This is making me nervous right now. And this luggage is heavy. So, we are checking out. Here's the luggage with me. And my parents and my sister. They're also heading towards the elevator. So, this is making me nervous, man. Look at this, man. Look at this. So, like, wait, let me turn the camera. Oh, sorry. So, there are like a bunch of students in here. Just when we got out from the elevator, there's like a bunch of students also wearing the toga right now. Look at this. It's even making me nervous now. Alright, so we're finally outside. It's quite drizzling too, but it's sunny. So apparently this is the tent city, so it's just it's just a few blocks away as you walk. My goodness. Alright guys, so finally got the receipt from the photo service, which would mean that I would be able to get 3 graduation shots, and in case if I wanted to pay more, I would have to pay extra 50. That's that. And then they could also find me through this ribbon right here. So that's basically that. But like, look at this. There's like a bunch of people in here.
In a few minutes. Thank you very much.
Alright, here we go. So, you're finally called to form a line right now. Oh my gosh, it's like so nervous. So yeah, we're going to proceed with the march very very soon, so that's why we're going to be preparing by going to the back. So yeah, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I'm in this line right now. Yeah, this is freaking crowded, man. I kind of suffocate in here. Don't even know you can see me. Alright, so the way the line works, it's sort of like a lot of students right now. Oh, thank you. Finally got the program. The way the line works is that we start with the line starts with the last letter of the last name. So it goes all the way through the descending order. So from Z to the first of the line, all the way to the first letter, which is the letter A. Depends on who is ever going to be here. Finally got the program one. Nice. This is great. Look, the line is absolutely like, what the f***? Here I am. Andrew, psychology, Magna. So no one actually reached the summa cum laude all throughout the graduating students here. No, at least. And this is what the once again, what the program booklet looks like. Gotta say I love the design though. Not gonna lie, it's actually kind of cool. All right, moving outside now. Oh my gosh, didn't say outside. I don't think my sweat glands are gonna handle this much longer. We're gonna start there? What the? What? What? Wait, I'm kind of confused. Why are we walking outside? What? Oh my gosh, I swear to God, if the weather is like... Okay, oh no, there's no way. Well, well, would you look at that? How are we gonna walk all the way from the outside if it's raining? Just like this. What the heck, man? Are you kidding me? Look at this. Bunch of drinks. Might grab one. But not really. That is some weird curtains, man. Wait. My toga hat just fell. I thought we were just gonna like walk outside, even if it rains. That's gonna be like the ultimate disrespect ever. But I'm glad that this is actually the way. There's actually a way to go. Basically, this has been... Pretty sure this is gonna be the final line. So, hold on. Let me just check for a time for a second. So it's around 2:39. So we only have like 21 more minutes before the program officially starts. And this is the bunch of people that we are going to be seeing while we proceed with the whole march. It's gonna go. Oh, the chills. I can't do this anymore. I wonder if this one is like... Getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Yep. Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night, ladies and germs. Here we go. Here we go, my God.
Francis K.D. Alanige, Best Thesis Award. Giovanni, Best Thesis Award.
After this, bro, we're basically next. Feel so nervous, man. Later. We're actually next. Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous, bro. I'm so nervous.
It's Alfred and William.
I'm actually waiting for my mom right now. And my father. But we're so close. We're so close. Oh my God.
College of Arts, Sciences.
Here we go!
Andrew Jericho N. Galangan, magna cum laude. Nikki A. Galindo, cum laude.
This is it. This is the diploma. This is the, this is it. Yep. It is what you think it is. Did it, guys. Did it.
My financial burden. My God God's grace and with the generosity of this institution, I was granted an entrance scholarship that allowed me to begin this journey.
It's over, guys. We're officially unemployed! Let's go! Okay. Anyways, guys, having some mango shake, some Philly steak, cheese, and some potato wedges. Stop touching, please. No. And then some bibingka and some puto bumbong from yesterday. Yeah, that's just basically the one. Yeah, let's get digging. Okay, finally came back home after how many hours of just traveling. Right now I feel like throwing up a bit because of the whole driving. I'm glad that I wasn't alone. Turns out it was also my mom, and yeah, my makeup was also there. You can see. This was great. This was great. I love the absolute 2-day journey, of doing this. At first, I thought I was like doubting that I wasn't be able to like continue with this project, but like, it felt good. Felt absolutely great, especially capturing all the moments as I was like after I recorded the footages and then looking back at them as I play. It was great. So here it is. By the way, I got this medal right here. Yes, sir. So this is gonna last a lifetime. So might as well just gonna keep it somewhere very, very safe, and somewhere where I can keep this for a very long time until I die. And then we got this program booklet right here. Why do I have a stevia? That's weird. I got this program booklet right here. Man, I wish I could have had like a yearbook, but the school doesn't allow. So, man, I'm gonna miss this. It just feels quite disappointing knowing how it lasts very shortly. Like the time we had on stage. And we got this one right here, which I think when I tried to open this before, it was a message from the university president. So I'll try to open it. Hold on, guys. Remove the tape. Ah, nuts. The paper got... Yep, look at this. My bad. So, I got this one. This is not an eviction paper. I know it looks kind of like this, but, this is you can already see that this is a written message from Brother Bernardo Ka. So, FSC for the dlsau TED Batch 2025. So, basically, this is the letter. If you want to pause and if you prefer reading this and you want to pause it, go ahead and pause this video right now if you want to read it. But I'm not going to just like read everything from you guys because I'm very, very absolutely 100% absolutely tired. Yeah, this was actually very nice though, not gonna lie. Like, being given with this, which was disguised as a diploma when I was received this on stage. So, that's great. Once again, the medal right here. Mwah. This has been all, or let's just say, the award for being a consistent academic achiever. For how many terms I never absolutely lost any, let's just say from any term, I never lost from any of the with honor or the honorary positions. I stayed consistent, and that's all basically from that. And then program booklet, which may already serves as a mini yearbook once again. Still love the design. I'm just gonna keep this in my clear book, ma'am. Okay, so this is me. Welcome to a new world. It's gonna be a new chapter. It's gonna be a new life, unemployment life. So at this point, I'm gonna start focusing very, very soon on which work I'm gonna go. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching all the way through. I don't even know how long this vlog is gonna take, because it's just very long. There's like a bunch of clips, probably something that you won't even enjoy. Just go straight to the real juice, the real deal. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, whatever it is. Turn on notifications in case if you don't want to miss any type of videos I can create. Don't have a social media links once again. And I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. Um, yeah, this feels absolutely great. Thank you once again to Salle Araneta University. This freaking university, man. I had some ups and downs, some moments where I feel like questioning their decisions that they make for us students, but still, even with those, despite, thank you so much. So, yeah, I wouldn't forget this university, starting all the way from the senior high, being an art student, which all the way takes us to be a psychology student, a psychology graduate. So, never gonna forget that. And that's just basically them going to be saying for now. So, yeah. Maybe someday that each of you who may be watching this video would be the next to be able to be in this position with me. Or let's just say if you have like any journey right now in your academic journey, hope you don't stop. I hope at least this video doesn't make you stop with your dreams, pursuing your dreams on what you really want to be in the future. I certainly, have myself my own, but still, it's still not, it still looks blurry to me, very blurry. I don't know what I'm yapping at this point. I'm just stalling you right now. So, yeah, keep chasing those dreams. If that's the only thing I would be able to like take away from this video, never give up. And I don't know, man. Hope you guys had a wonderful time. Just been great. And yeah, it's just basically it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for tuning in once again. I'll see you guys next video. Goodbye, everybody. Hope you all have a wonderful day and stay awesome. And animal aside.